can it be? Showing up with Tony T, yes, Ramon SEO. To the double TV funnel in these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing now. It's plain to see. The morning steam is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.
And a pleasant good morning to you from Tony'sPicks.com. I'm Ramon Scott, and welcome to the morning steam for a Wednesday, May 1st. There it goes, April, and hope you had a good month. Came down to the wire on some of those games there last night in the major leagues, some crazy results, and of course, NBA, NHL cover today's games. Talk about, here we go. Talk about tonight's card as well. Thanks for joining me for the morning steam. How did you guys do with the games last night? The 4-pack of NHL action. Teams stayed alive. Some got eliminated, of course, but man, Toronto stays alive. Nashville stays alive. Colorado gets it done, of course, and Carolina as well. So NHL action and NBA, of course. Embiid, the Sixers find a way. Wow, what a night there for Philadelphia, and of course with Cleveland and Orlando. What a finish that was. Indiana, Milwaukee, not so much. Hi, everybody. Let me say hello to everyone coming in, and we'll get ready for tonight's action. Curtis was here first, of course, just like the old days. There we go. And Dre's here. Thomas Lewis, Jeff Schramm, Jerry Norris. Thanks, everybody. Thomas Lewis is celebrating April Fool's Day on May Day here today. That'll take you. I don't know. They don't really have a May Day, but I mean, certainly there is a story behind it. And getting word now, I think officially. I mean, the beat writers were all over it, but we'll just start with a little breaking news. It was breaking news to me last night when I was with Tony filming the segment. I mean, I was watching the Dodger game. It went late because of the bee removal delay. But I didn't catch the beginning with the NHL and NBA. I didn't catch the beginning. I didn't even know that Montgomery had been scratched from the start, and Arizona needed a shovel. It makes perfect sense, right? It warms up. Oh wow, there's bees. You warm up in a major league. You don't go out there 2 hours later, really, unless it's like a playoff game or something. So he gets pushed back. Jordan Montgomery, I think officially now. The beat writers were all over it just right after the game, and Tony had it already. He might have been, just assuming that Montgomery was just being pushed back, but it didn't matter because that's what indeed the case is, with Montgomery being pushed back here to this start, and Gallen pushed back further because of the B delay last night. And they had the B, the B guy came out. I don't know what happened. They couldn't get him high enough. They needed one of those lifts to get him higher. So they got a standing ovation. They let the beekeeper or the manager throw out the first pitch after the game and made a big joke of it. And I was like, wow. I mean, I've seen a lot of bee removals at baseball games that don't take 2 hours, but might not have been the bee company's fault, because could have been they couldn't find the scaffolding or the lift to get it was high above the top of the net behind home plate. So Well, that's the least of our problems or excitement from last night with the NBA and NHL. Of course, Tyrese Maxey, big night, 46 points. New York still leads 3-2. Cavaliers got that win behind Mitchell and Garland, and shorthanded Milwaukee didn't matter. Because that's just the way it is with Indiana. Maybe they're a little bit young still. That's what I kept trying to say, but I still couldn't quite get it right. And maybe that's just what's been happening here to me in this one, in these playoffs. So gonna need your help, and we'll get it going today. Had a couple of winners on the ice yesterday, uh, and one, and we had the uh, bit winner in baseball with Atlanta and Seattle under. Had some good winners on the show here yesterday. All right. NHL, I mentioned, as I said, Toronto, the overtime win. Wool in there getting his one chance, and he made the most of it. Carolina, they scored on a power play, a penalty shot. The Hurricanes in that one, Avalanche in Winnipeg, and that Vancouver Nashville game was a low scoring game late. And Nashville ended up pulling it off on the road, extending the series. All right. Who else is showing up before we head on over to Tony'sPicks.com? Jeff Schramm, I'm ready for you if you're ready for today's game. I did put it in the rotation. But if you want to get it out of the way right now, we can discuss it, I guess, here at the top of the show. And see, I don't know if I had anything here actually. I don't think I'm going to do anything in the premium with it. So, but there's the match today. I was wrong yesterday. I mean, I knew that somebody had scored 2 goals. I just didn't know both teams would score 2 goals. Look, draw is a great bet in the first leg of a two-way playoff, especially at the highest level. Um, I don't know if I'm, apt to give away or to sell too many draws on Tony'sPicks.com. I usually try to stick to the handicap line because, you get a decisive winner or a loser. And I was calling for a 2-0 game yesterday, no doubt. But uh, draw is a great option, certainly, when you're thinking about the first leg of a game. It just at Barcelona had, done so well, obviously in that series. Just own them. So, all right, let's see. Here's D Money here today. Oh, ho, ho. Hello, D. He's here. Likes PSG here. Okay. All right. 2-0, 2-1, maybe. Okay, I don't mind that. PSG, they probably have played under, they've, certainly done a great job, but, I would also say that uh, Bayern Munich have, they've kind of hung in there with some of the matchups, especially in the underdog role a little bit. They're favorite here, obviously, at home, so maybe that changes the perspective a little bit. But look, oops, did I put the wrong? Sorry, you guys. What am I doing? I was talking about yesterday's game. Okay, there we go. Got the right game up there. You guys knew what I was talking about. That's good. I just clicked on the wrong graphic there. But uh, you guys got PSG here. It sounds like a slight road favorite. That's what I knew. I knew I was wrong when I started saying the wrong favorite, the home favorite or whatever. But here on the road, obviously PSG slight favorite. I've got the total here at about 3/30 or so. If you got PSG to win, you said 2-0. I mean 2-0 or 2-1. I don't think we can get to 4 goals. I'll play the under. Oh, but Jeff's got BTTS here. Well, darn. Well, it could still be 2-1 and I get my money back, but it does feel like there's Brent here today. So, okay. If you guys want to do it, I'll take your word for it here. Man, I don't know. I kind of wanted to think that maybe Dortmund can hang in here, given what they, kind of, I don't know, their handicap record has been pretty good. certainly, I think their handicap record has been better than PSG's to a certain extent. So, but I get it. I get it. And uh, certainly the Dortmund games. I mean, all their games, I believe, have been going under at home, right? But I know PSG's had some road success. I know they've scored on the road. I'd probably want to take the under. I put the 3/30 there because that way, if I take under, I can get the plus money, and they have to get to 4. JD says just take under 2.5 even. But like I said, you got Fernando calling a 2-1 in there. You got Jeff calling a BTTS. So um, I'll take 3. I'll take if I got the line right. I'll just make sure right now. I thought over was favored. Yeah, 3. It might be 3 over. I've got it juiced too high. I don't think I can get. It's probably 3/15 right now. So okay, I'll just take the under as my play on the show, and you guys are sounds like on PSG for the most part. Okay. All right. I'm going over to Tony'sPicks.com to take a look at the handicappers and how they did. Uh, I had a loss in a game I had an under that went overtime again. So apologize here. There's supposed to be no apologies, but I apologize to myself. How's that? And there's probably Monster Day. Just again, you are getting total money's worth with Proby. You got 30 plays if you subscribe to his. Think about that. You get pardon me, his 3-day package. You had 30 plays yesterday. That's one where you're just playing high volume. You're taking your bankroll, you're checking it up into the small chunks, whatever's appropriate. You want to play your bankroll accordingly. Uh, balance it out. The consensus, great job, Ruben Marlborough, the Marlborough man, big day. Sean Dinwiddie, 3-0. The VIP account, 3-0. Butterscotch up there, EPA, good day. Hollywood Sam, Bo Dunn on the winning end as well. Over the last 7 days. There you see it with Proby. If you got a 7-day pack, just consider this, right? 7-day pack. We usually run them about anywhere between 99 or 139, I think, and up, and 199, I think. But whatever the case may be, I mean, you're getting 164 plays. 154 plays with Proby over 7 days. That's 20 a day. It's pretty much just firing every side in total. I mean, just to, it sounds like to me, to be quite honest. So if your game is just wanting a good handicapper, he's up almost 13 2/3 units. It's just picking every game. You can maybe pick and choose. You can play them all, I imagine. You're getting your money's worth right there. Ben Ruhala, we know he's been on fire here, really cracking it. Close to 58% right there, 12.25 units over the last 7 days. And hey, Ron Hahn, great job, up 8 units. Latifa Collins up 7.75 units over the last 7 days. Last 30 days, no doubt. Ben Ruhala up over 37 units. It's absolutely terrific. Please do yourself a service and grab at least a package here from Ben. Likely they're going to put you on some winners here right now with that kind of run. I'm sure that you guys already are doing it right now. I know how good it runs when you have a hot capper like Ben Ruhala and the rest of the hot cappers over the last month at Tony'sPicks.com. Click on the All Cappers tab at our website and find the handicapper of your choice. Click on their handicapper profile page, and that's how you get signed up. I've got right now a 7-pack, and I've got it for $25 because I'm right here at the bottom. So get my plays today, including 3 matinee baseball games, 2 from the NBA, 2 from the NHL. My premium plays tonight over at Tony'sPicks.com. I've been doing it here on this site for a while, and I do produce some winning plays. You see right there. Here, no matter how much I want to complain, about the beats like everybody else, there it is. I got a 7-pack right there for just 25 tonight, including my playoff action. But I'm going to give you my free plays in the playoffs right now. Let's get over to the chat and the show and get it started. Chad's here ready to go. We're ready for the basketball. Ray's here as well. And Fernando's got some props here for the soccer match. And Darren's ready to go as well. Okay, let's go here with the basketball games. Just 2 games today. And well, just 1 game today because no one cares with the Heat and the Celtics. Hey, good job, Celtics. I guess I'm ready to jump off, you guys. I don't want to. I want to keep on coming with the Miami Heat here and figure the Celtics because little birdie in my head keeps telling me that these Celtics are a phony. They're the biggest overrated team you've ever seen, despite all their great success and how well they played covering spreads here in the second half of the season. I can't get the voice out of my head that just keeps telling me to fade the Celtics every time. I'm tired of it. It's cost me here premiums in this series. So, just going to go with Boston. I'm tired of it. Quite frankly, maybe if you're going through the doldrums of the regular season, right, with a missing star, you can move along to the next team and kind of balance things out and win some games. You can be the Miami Heat. You've got great coaching. We're not faulting the coaching. We're not faulting anybody. It's just that the missing players, I guess, have really just taken their toll. Miami did get the 1 win, but when you're talking about a championship level, certainly I think you can say that the other team can make adjustments. That's what Boston did, and I couldn't even accept it after that point. And I said, no, I don't believe it. I think Miami can readjust. Doesn't help that you have Jaquez also out tonight when you're trying to replace a guy like Jimmy Butler, and Rozier's been out. So Porzingis is out. That's a big deal. That's going to be a big deal moving forward for Boston. Maybe it's enough to put you on Miami. Miami kept closing the gap, closing the gap. Never really felt like I was going to get the cover in the last game. So, all right, Chad says just go out and take Boston in the first half. Why wouldn't you just do that? Ray's, oh, good morning. Yep, hi, Ray. And Brent says just got to take the Celtics. The Heat are just cold. You look up, all of a sudden it's 28-14. Jerry says the Heat cover. Hey, Joseph Carranza's here. He's got talking a little bit of that soccer match. That's awesome. I just want to, I know we're in the basketball segment, but Joseph hasn't commented with us too often. I think we've seen Joseph around before a couple times, but here commenting on the game today. And you guys are all over PSG. I'm gonna have to take PSG because my chat, our chat, Team's team, telling me to take PSG. Even though I want to be, quite frankly, on Dortmund. I'm going with my chat, but I'll stick to my under. I'll stick to my under in that game and just figure there won't be 4 goals. All right. Chad says, where are they going to get the points? I mean, Hawkins is a man who, oh, pardon me, guys. And D Money says, you got to just take the Celtics here. There's still going to be some love for Miami out there. I've seen some, handicappers still on Miami. I kind of want, like I said, I don't want to get off Miami to assert the contrarian in me wants to keep taking Miami, but I've had, just had a rough time with some of these premiums. So I haven't had a good season because I want to trust my man Spoelstra to do it, and he didn't do it. So no big deal. I'm not going to stop backing these guys somewhere, some way along the line. All right. Thomas says the line might be a third. No, I mean, when he's talking about something else right now, or maybe the last game or something. Jeff says he thinks it'll go under. I mean, look how total is right here, 199.5. In fact, it's probably 200 at some spots, or 200.5. So, but yeah, I mean, Miami, isn't scoring. The game is ugly. right? And that's what Miami needs. We know it. If they think they're going to have any, the premise is still the same for me as far as the last game is concerned. Miami has to keep it ugly. They got to keep it low. Figure somehow, some way they find a way. This is if I was still trying to. I'm on Boston, but Miami does need it to go low, and they can implement the right strategies. I think even if Boston gets out to the big leads, sure, Miami's not matching them offensively, then it's going to go under, right? Hey, Joseph has a play in the basketball game. There's Chad's props. So enjoy this one as we get ready to maybe wrap. I mean, would take a big time upset. Never going to put it past. It seems like Miami, but like I said, they've already cost me a couple of premiums here in this series. Yeah, we won one with them, right? But um, you know, doesn't do any good when you're negative units on them, and that's what I've been trying to still roll with these Heat. Maybe they'll bite me tonight. Maybe that's just the way it's going for me here. But Team Steam, I think has me convinced. I think Team Steam maybe convincing. Feels like there's some Boston. There was a Heat in there somewhere, right? Like I said, I do think there is still some because of maybe Porzingis, and we'll see how long he's out. Um, pretty key player. He's been out before, certainly. So Boston playing great. Who saw it coming with White, right? I mean, we knew great improvement, right? We've already talked about it to a certain extent with his improvement this season, but um, Boston can stand to continue to play well. Will it be the difference between winning by 14 or winning by 10? Maybe the Heat get there tonight. Maybe it is. But I'll just take it as a free play on the show and you know just putting my feeling out there that I'm just tired of losing with the Heat. I kept taking them. I kept taking them, and you guys told me. You guys told me as well. So okay, is that it, you guys? Who are we trading, Joseph? Trade me, probably. All right, let's go to the second game here of the night. Rays on the Heat. All right. He raised on the Heat. Yeah, and that's just it, right? They kept coming back. Did the announcers really say, or who was on? They said, uh, the Heat made a few buckets, right? And they closed it within 15, and the game was so bad. The announcer said, they've closed it to 25, and it was really a 15-point game late. And it was really, and it was a big deal because they were trying to cover the spread. But the announcer was like totally out of the game by then. He's like, oh, they cut it to 25. All right, Chad's ready to roll with the clip joint. He thinks it's a tarp. So let's get his opinion on it here. And everybody else's as well in this one. So who's trapping who? That's what we need to know in this one when the Dallas Mavericks go on to take on my Clippers tonight in LA in this one. And, no Leonard, and that's fine by me, right? From what I said previously about Kawhi right now. I mean, I think it's. I mean, I wasn't saying anything that anybody didn't know, but I talked about his lateral movement. It did not look like, yeah, his lateral movement was a problem, and that looks like it's the problem. So, if anything, right? We don't want Kawhi in there. So, all right. So, Chad, I think when he says Clippers are a trap, so don't take him as a home dog. Just take Dallas to get it done. I think. Let me make sure you haven't seen his next comment. So I'm trying to guess who's trapping, but it feels like that's saying Clippers are a trap. Do not take Clippers. Dallas rolls here and gets it done. Dallas is going to be the more popular team. A team here, it would feel like to me, among handicappers here, maybe the public as well. Let's see. There's Gerardo. Hello, hello. And what does it say? What does it say? 35 and 16, last 31 as a favorite. Pick them to a short favorite. Okay, got it. So Mavericks short favorite, very very strong roll for them. Brent Cook says the Mavs, and Trey says the Mavs. And Clippers 1-8 in their last 9 off of a win, says Chad. All right. Well, I better just stick to the total then, because I want to root for my Clippers to win. I mean, come on. I've suffered with this team all my life, and I don't want these Dallas Mavericks coming in here. At least Clippers did get a road win. They did a nice job, right, with Harden, and his shots. I mean, it's funny because Harden can often work his way into that position to make that little um, floater, and he misses it a lot, right? But it does seem like it goes down and out, and well, when it stands out when he does it 6 times in a row or whatever. So, um, all right. Well, can I just take the under then? I would think if in this game, look, Dallas is everyone agrees, right? That I mean, I even see now. I'm not saying I was ahead of the game. I mean, I just read the metrics, so maybe I was actually behind it. But just talking about how the Mavericks defense was getting better and better at late in the season. I mean, you guys, I wasn't with you guys, but I did start saying here as we got the show back going, and they've really done a nice job. I like Joseph Carranza here calling them. I'm sure he did it on purpose and called them the chippers. And when they are going bad, I like to call them the flippers. That's what I tweeted. I said, "Oh, the flippers are going to blow this one, blow the 31-point lead." They almost did. They're able to salvage it. Chad also likes the under here. It's up to 209. I mean, look what I have on screen, 207. So I better change that and make it 209. But the Mavs have definitely gone up here. I think it feels pretty publicy. People really like the Mavs. Luca is on the injured list, by the way. So I would imagine he is a little bit bothered. He's not going to miss the game or anything. I mean, he's probable, but he is on the injured list with a knee injury, and Hardaway is out. But again, I don't want Kawhi, right? If the Clippers are winning without Kawhi, and hey, I'm the Kawhi fan here. So, but I just, in the professional athletics, man, is a peak level of playoff. You can't be out there even with a Kawhi, I get, playing at that level. I mean, if you didn't have anybody else, so who knows? Kawhi is the type that could show up and hey, all of a sudden, boom. Now we know that's probably not the case this time. Totals actually moved down here to 208.5 because of you guys probably liking the under. See it moving down here a little bit as we speak. So I'll take the under. You guys take the Mavericks. I'm going to come in here and say, and I'm not rubbing it in, yeah, for now, right, D Money? Not in general. I mean, I believe Kawhi isn't. He might not. If he doesn't, you know, unfortunately, with Kawhi's health, he could be nearing the end. When he has a good day, health wise, if you will. He is an elite player still. I think we saw it at times, plenty of times this season, but not right now. So, all right. For okay, Chad, yeah. But the metrics would say here's a Dallas cover from Jer. All right. The Mavericks are playing good D, and the Clippers have still steady numbers defensively. It did feel like a lot of times with the Clippers talk about how good their defense and Kawhi defensively and all that. That some games they just weren't interested in playing defensively, and I think it still is tough here, despite their reputation defensively. I'm taking under though. Yeah, Darren, but he has chronic, basically comes down to chronic knee problems that apparently, I guess I can't really. I mean, I'm getting old. I got my own. We all have our own. I have issues. I think everybody knows. Well, I don't know if you know it, but I mean, we all do, right? Some kind of health thing anywhere. All right. Hey, that's it for basketball, I guess. Tonight, just the 2 games. So we'll get into hockey now with our 2 games, and I'll try to uh, fire away here on them tonight and roll with the puck. All right. Yeah, I mean Kawhi. Look, I'm see you later, Chad. Look, I'm a you know Kawhi's one of my favorites of all time. So it's going to be hard for me to ever want to deny that it could be. It's kind of like right talking about LeBron, where he's going to play next year. I mean, we know he's going to play another year or two. He looks great, right? For older players, it ends quickly. So that's what's important about being in like look at the health like you don't know what LeBron I mean I think we do know what LeBron uh, work ethic is, right? Building his body, but obviously working out, things like that. And you look at a player like KD who's had some, I'm not, one's at the end and one's still going. One looks frail, one looks like Superman. All right, let's go to hockey and go with the Golden Knights at the Stars here. In this one, the series is tied at 2 in this one. And man, come on, what's wrong with these Golden Knights? I think we're putting them to rest here, it feels like. I do feel like I'm worried today. I want to, of course, I'm rooting for the Golden Knights here now. I'm a little bit in Vegas, so I'm in Vegas. Just feels like it's kind of getting away from the Golden Knights. Feels like the public momentum here is kind of rolling with Dallas too, as well in this one. Now, can they get the puck line here? I don't necessarily want to lay $1.60 on the show, but I might just do it. Figure the Stars can get a victory here over the Golden Knights with Ottinger in this one. Vegas having trouble right now with offense. It looks like Eichel. They're gonna need some. They're gonna need Eichel for sure to kind of get something going here if they're gonna hang in this one. You guys are on the Knights. All right. Wow. Um, this is this is wonderful, man. I was gonna come in on Dallas here. I hope the Knights hang in here in this one. I can't recommend the Knights on the puck line. That's just too high of a price. I hope the Knights can win, man. It just feels like, and look, and I've come on to, hey, Mark Stone's back. That's all you need. The Knights are, rolling all of a sudden. But oh man, where was the life in the Knights? Last game, it felt like. I think I've already made my stand here and said I'm taking Dallas, but I've got Brent, Darren, and Fernando on Vegas. I don't know if I can switch. Brent says it's a good dog spot. That's just it. But Jeff is on Dallas here, so hey, if my man's on Dallas, probably maybe maybe I should roll with you this time, Jeff. In this one, I'm lacking confidence for the Golden Knights right now. It feels to me, and for Dallas here at this point. Look, I've been critical. I think of the Stars coming in that maybe they have not lived up to what we were expecting, right? Especially uh, Pavelski, Hintz, guys you need, right? Because you come in these playoffs, you need something from Robertson. Probably haven't got what you need of Robertson. Rupe Hintz, Rupe's been no go. It feels like Johnston's been one of the positives. He's been looking great. I mean, obviously he's going to be a great one, a very very good player for years to come. But he's done the job, and Pavelski hasn't been. Uh, Marchment, maybe give him a pass. Heiskanen, awesome. So that's what it feels like to me. These guys are just performing right now. And then, as far as Vegas is concerned, I mean, outside of Eichel, Stone's been in there. Not a lot of point production. Dallas and under here for Dre. All right, I'm gonna roll with Dre. I'll take Dallas. It's $1.60. Um, I don't want to be Mr. Emotional Hedge kind of guy. I'd like to see Vegas win here. I'd like to uh, keep it alive. Rooting for Dallas actually a little bit detrimental to me. I'm in one of those. I'm in a little pool, doing pretty good, and I could use a 7-game series here, but I don't know if it's gonna. It doesn't feel like it's gonna happen that way for us. I'm gonna. Okay, Jeff. I think you've kind of, you maybe. I think you might have read the handicap here, Jeff, a little bit from me, as if you didn't know. I mean, you and I see things very similar. You know that, so I think that's why we're kind of on the same page a lot of times. Maybe it's like I said, maybe I need your help when I'm not clicking. So good calls there. I think you're seeing it exactly the way that I do. All right, come on, Knights. Though I could lose my free play, right? I mean, the Golden Knights win. I don't know if they're going to outscore Dallas. I don't think it's going 4-3. Feels like they might have to, you know, turn them away. Thompson, I think, right? We got Thompson. I'm sorry if I've been neglecting the goalies a little bit here. I don't even have them entered in. That is very rude of me. You guys have come to expect. I think what happened was um, I'm just, in the postseason with limited teams and the goalies, because of we know it just feels like we know who it is. And even though I think we've had on the first couple nights a couple of them wrong, but for example, yeah, I think yesterday, but uh, and again, we don't even know a little bit. And again, also playoffs, teams are a little bit more secretive actually when they're going to pop the number two in there. Although, sometimes the writing's on the wall. Okay, looks like we're out of chat on this one. I'll just take Dallas here. I didn't even have my pick written down. I went into that one thinking, let me see what's up with the chat. And when you guys, I knew I was thinking Dallas, and then you guys start firing Vegas. Hope I don't want to say it like that. I don't want to say hope you guys are right because I want to like Jeff. Okay, here we go. My other team, can I do that? Kings here. Now this really feels awkward with the Kings and the Oilers. Just man, it feels like the Kings are done for in this one. I could use this one maybe going a little bit longer too. Here maybe but man, the Kings doesn't feel like they can get anything going, does it? Here in this one, coming in with uh, Talbot in goal here, probably, and Skinner for the Oilers up 3-1 at this point, and the Kings where they're going to get anything to try to stay up with these Oilers here at this point. Look, that those top guys for the Oilers right now, and really McDavid just very consistent. Don't need him scoring when you got all the assists that he's been racking up, Dreisaitl, whatever, but Bouchard and Hyman, these guys have been just great. Just the Kings just don't seem to have the type of firepower needed, right? Who's going to get anything? We know the Kings need a low scoring game here if they're going to have any chance against the Oilers. Yeah, Fiala's been interesting, and maybe Kempe could get one, but does feel like to me the Oilers can roll here. Kings totally have to play on the back end. Jeff says Oilers and over here in this one. So if the Kings, I guess if they fall behind and that would be the scenario I would think would be an Oilers and over where they fall too far behind because they don't have the firepower. Jerry says the Oilers will get it. I just figure the Oilers get it and the Kings stick to their guns. If they can just keep them within sight, and just speaking from the Kings perspective now as a Kings fan, I'm going with the Oilers minus the puck and the half, but Kings would want, obviously if you could get a goal or something, that's great. But I'm just saying that Kings aren't going to panic at 1 or even 2-0. I think they look to say, look, we definitely can't try to think we're going to gun them here. Look, if it's 3-0, maybe we can change, but we need to get a goal, so we're going to keep it tight. We're going to keep it, scruffy. And Well, like I said, I think we've all talked about, or I've talked about these Pacific Division games here to a certain extent, being low scoring. So, okay. That's hockey. 2 games. Brent Cook on the Oilers. So, and that would be the end of the series there. Edmonton leading 3-1. Make sure you check out videos today from Steve Duncan here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Don't forget basketball videos we had as well from Tony today. All right, I'm going to go over to baseball now and cover today's card because, hey, it's Wednesday and we got day games in action. And like I said, I've got a 3-pack over there at Tony'sPicks.com, or a 7-pack with 3 baseball games, 3 afternoon games involved today. And yeah, that's what we're talking about today is the afternoon card. I think that's going to have us interested in some fun here today, and the soccer match, of course. I'm watching tennis today. Here, I just watch uh, Rabakina just beat Punetsova, and I had said I tweeted out I wouldn't want to be Punetsova's waiter because she'd be like, to take this back, waving off the waiter like it's my fault. Just every little detail just wasn't good for guys walking down. You know how it is with tennis players. I get it, but guys walking down the aisle, we got to stop the match. He's got hot dogs and Coke. He can't sit down. She needs to stop. If you weren't so miserable on the court, maybe you could win the match. But Rabakina got the win, so Rabakina advances. Coming up, Alcaraz and Rublev. Alcaraz, a $4 favorite. Surrendolo's going up against my man Taylor Fritz. Taylor Fritz, a $2 favorite here to win. Oh man, Taylor's having a great tournament. My man from Del Mar, California. He's won some nice things. Hey, could do something in Madrid. Now you got Carlos still going in the tournament. I get it. Rublev, interesting price certainly, and he's getting like 3.5 games. Alcaraz has been tearing it up, and Sabalenka Sabs is going to take on the 17-year-old Andreeva in that one, and Sabs is minus 200 action from Madrid today. All right, let's get rolling on baseball. Nobody wants to hear me talk about tennis. Here we go. All right, start off. We're going chronological order here, I do believe, and we got the Rays with Zach Eflin coming in here against Colin Ray of the Brewers in this one. And well, you got are the Rays a slight road favorite here? When I typed these in late last night after I got off with Tony around midnight my time, so we'll see if that's changed. Kind of feel like. No, maybe it's right around there still. Maybe it's even gone up a little higher. Bovada's $1.23. The total is mostly 8 flat though right now, so better adjust that at least because that does seem that's where I'm going. Joseph, Joseph's firing on some tennis with me today. Not enough match. It was I don't know. I'm not good, good enough to go down into the lower levels or even doubles. I just stick with the major ATP and WTA events each week. Just when you get down only a few matches, well, hey, I love Tuesday tennis betting. Luis is on the Brewers here. And I'm gonna probably roll with the under here in this one. Some steam came in on the under. Look, these teams definitely produced some overs. There's no doubt about that. See some money coming in right now on the Twins. They're going up against the White Sox. If you're interested in the Twins, you might get them now. They're going to go up a little bit. We know the White Sox have been playing well. Just want to alert you. little steam here from me, what I'm supposed to do here on the morning steam. Also, line moving right now in a game that we're going to preview here momentarily, but I just want to tell you right now, I do like the under with Kansas City and Toronto. This one is on the move as well, currently going to 7.5 here in this one. Looks like Kansas City and Toronto maybe moving to 7.5 here. I know I see a lot of eights out there, so maybe some reverse line movement. Maybe I'm not quite reading the market right, but the line service is reporting steam to the under, and I want the under in that game. Okay, anyways, let me stick with this game here that we're on right now. Fernando's going to take the Brewers once again. Joseph Twins. Oh, he's on the Twins game. JD says never trusting the Rays bullpen. So I'm going to take the under here in this one. Like I said, there are definitely some overs when you're talking about these two teams. I definitely, yeah. Do I take a lot of unders? Yes. Do I take a lot of unders in midweek day games on Wednesday and Thursday? Even more so. Doesn't necessarily mean that's always the call. Tampa Bay, like I said, they've gone over in 6 of their last 9 games. Brewers have gone over in 5 of their last 6. In a world of unders so far, well, not world of unders, but these are some over teams. I'm still going under. Darren under and the Brewers. Colin Ray, 3.58 ERA in his last 4 starts, I believe. He's 4-1. Brewers are 4-1 with Ray. He's 2-0. We know the Brewers are ranked, pretty strong on the unit so far in Tampa Bay, near the bottom of the Thomas Lewis under meter, or I'm sorry, the units meter. Eflin, 3.86 ERA in his last 4 starts. Doesn't have a win to show for that. Tampa Bay's lost 11 of 27. I'll take the under as my play here on the show. And the Cardinals and the Tigers having caught up following that doubleheader yesterday. And it looks like in the pitching department, we've got it square here also. Now we'll see Kenta Maeda here against Miles Mikolas in this one. And yeah, I've got another day game. Probably going to get me on the under here, even with these two. Now we have seen a little bit more, a few more unders from these two teams this season than, for example, in that last game. You got the Cardinals are 10-18 to the under, averaging just 3.6 runs per game, and Mikolas has gone under in 5 of 6 starts so far this season. I know there's been some support, certainly talking up the Cardinals here in this one on the road. Probably just a fade of Maeda. He's got a 5.96 ERA. Mikolas hasn't been any better. He's got a 5.91 ERA thus far. In fact, his numbers are actually a little bit worse than Kenta Maeda so far this season. So I'm still going to take the under, though, and I think it's even lower than this number on this. No, it's 8.5. That's fine. I'll take the under, though, with this being a day game here. But we have Brent Cook on the Tigers, Thomas on the Tigers. You guys are on the Tigers. Luis is on the Cardinals here. Jeff is on the under. So am I. And one of his largest bets of the year in baseball, right, JD? Um, JD's a good contributor. I will say in baseball, I rarely get into a situation. This is me though, JD. I'm just doing a little. It's not at you, but with baseball's variance, right? I mean, I rarely have anything like everything's almost equal. You know, some people bet I do this. I'm guilty of this too, or not even guilty. I'll say this is what I do, right? In football, like say an NFL season, right? We're on Sunday and we've got a bunch of great games, and I've got just roughly, right? I'm ballpark, 2 units on the Seahawks, 2.5 on the Steelers, 1.5 on the Colts, or whatever. In a baseball card, I'm like, I've got, you know, uh 0.5 on the Astros, 0.75 on the Nationals, and 0.5 on the Phillies, and 0.25 on the right. I mean, I'm like smaller unit, but also no, not as much manipulation between the teams as far as like this is a 3 unit baseball game and this is a 1 unit baseball. Maybe accordingly because of the smaller unit size, it's close. I don't know if am I making sense. Let's keep it going here with the Twins and the White Sox. Hey, White Sox are looking good. Let's just say it. Even when they don't win right now, they're kind of hanging in there. Here, Twins are on a roll. We know that, but the White Sox are fighting hard here to get things going. You got to figure they can maybe hang in here with Flexen. Over's numbers right now 4.21 ERA. He's kind of been given some back right after a good start. So, I don't know. Maybe the White Sox hang in here again. Like I said just moments ago, the Twins were getting hit by the Sharpies of the world, and it was taken up here. I want to say I'm showing. Well, I thought 210. I'm seeing 210 maximum, so I don't know. It could go higher because it's a White Sox game, and if you did like the Twins, I'd recommend now. But I'm gonna grab the White Sox again on the run line. They're getting a little bit of momentum. That's all I can say about it. Thomas likes the under. Jeff likes the under, and Luis on the Twins. I'll take the White Sox run line again. Come on, gang. All right. And Jeff says he's got the total here at 9 now. All right. Yeah, I do see some nines certainly out there. Looks like nines. I would say nines on, I would say fairly, nines on the internet, 8.5 at the more brick and mortars here. Or 8.5 here in Vegas. That's just how my line screen is set up. I have the, 3 major books that serve the country that I don't have access to, and then I have the Vegas books, and it's like the non-Vegas books that I follow on my screen are 9, and the Vegas books that I follow on my screen are 8.5. Isn't that interesting? And JD says, Tommy Fan. Hey, Primo! I've got the under, Primo. I'm going to get to it here in just a second. Nice to have you. JD says, Tommy Pham has been killing it for the White Sox. Yeah, I mean, well, you know what? Hey, the nightclubs, the above 18 or over, the 21 and over nightclubs in Illinois are pretty good. So, Tommy Pham's feeling comfortable there. You know, feels welcome when he goes, gets great service, gets VIP treatment. That's what you want. You don't want to upset Tommy Pham when you see him out there in public. Just treat him nice. Just greet him like he's your friend. Don't cross him. Don't even say anything that could cross him. Just treat Tommy Pham with the respect he deserves. All right. And Ray Otachi has got a bet there in the first 5. All right. Here's the Royals and the Blue Jays. I've got the under. I just said it because I was just mentioning the game itself here. Royals. Oh, am I there? I'm having technical difficulties right now. If you guys maybe I'm coming back here. I feel like the Vegas Wi-Fi is going here a little bit, and I've got no bars. Breaking up. He's breaking up. Okay, I'll just stall a little bit until I see multiple bars there and figure I might be off the air right now. Brent Cook's on the Blue Jays, and then if we, get through this game here. Gonna stick with you a little bit here. Maybe I'll just cover some stats, extend this game out. I'm on the under. Primo, if you're out there, Primo Curioso. That's so awesome here. JD, we might be back here a little bit. Bassett, right? When Bassett's on, he's on. When he's not, he's not. I definitely give him a better chance. He feels comfortable in Toronto to have better games at home. I'm gonna take the under here. You have Lugo going for Kansas City. I've been pretty strong with Lugo. I'm a Lugo supporter here. Look, a lot of support. I believe Kansas City is going to be pretty popular today. Quite frankly, this might not. You might be getting a. I don't know. I think Kansas City is going to be popular. I'll just say that. I don't know if I'll have a premium in this game. I don't think I don't right now. I think I'm set with the premiums. Give me the under here. But if everybody's on the, are you guys? Yeah, Blue Jays support out there. All right, here we go. Next up. Oh, whoops. Sorry about that, you guys. There we go. The Bucks are going to take on the Athletics. It's been great momentum here for the A's right now. They're just feeling good, playing good, even at home now. This is all feels good about the momentum here with the Oakland Athletics. Maybe they don't have the advantage here on the mound with Ross Stripling going up against Priester, but maybe the home field. I'm not saying that the crowd. I'm not talking about like that. And I know that I said, hey, Oakland at home right now. I don't trust them when they get back home. I prefer them on the road a little bit, but are starting to play a little bit better. I just want to mention right now, I know I gave out the under in that Cardinals Tigers game, but the total is moving higher right now here in that one. There's steam coming in the St. Louis Detroit game on the over. The lineups have been announced. Maybe the report is that quality hitters are going to be in the lineup today and not taking the day off. Maybe is what it feels like because the total's moving higher as we speak. I gave out the under. I'm not changing now, but we do get the lineups here. Cardinals, Donovan, Contreras, Nootbaar, Arenado, Goldie, Burleson, Wynn, Gorman, Ciani. The Tigers, Green, Canna, Perez, Carpenter, Veerling, Torkelson, Keith, Baez, and Kelly. Oh, we don't get to do that too often, but we will here. Those are official, released. Okay, a few more comments here, I think. Jeff says just take the under in this one. Pirates struggling here at the plate. Luis takes the A's. JD says Stripling gets the W. Brent says it's Oakland again. Thomas says give me Pittsburgh. I tried Pittsburgh in the opener. Was really seemed like a bad pick in the end. Yesterday I did come in here with. What was it? We won on the under yesterday in that game, and I was in pocket on the A's by the time the game went off on the run line. Actually, I think something just conservative to have a little fun, and I so that one came through. So it feels like the A's good momentum. Pirates definitely have given plenty of games back now off of that hot start. Both teams 14 and 17 coming in. Braves are taking on the Mariners. We've seen betting action big time, it feels like, in this one so far coming into the game this afternoon with Sale here going up against Hancock. And in this one, I'm going to end up, I have to take the Mariners here. I don't want Sale here on the road, even with 3.69 ERA, Hancock 5.06. Maybe that's why I'll just lay a little bit of a price here. I think it's $1.50 or so with the Mariners on the run line. Figure Sale probably can have a decent outing, and I actually give Hancock a chance here, maybe to have a pretty decent outing here in this one and keep them in the game. So I'm going to end up taking Seattle on the run line in this one. A lot of pressure to the under here, it looks like. I don't know if it's official that major steams rolled in here on the under, but it sure feels like this total's moving lower right now. I'm showing 7 over 25 at Bovada, 7 over 22 at DraftKings. It feels like this game is getting heavy pressure to the under. Look, you have two teams that are definitely Seattle. The Braves are actually 10 and 15 to the under. Seattle 7 and 22 to the under this season. I don't know how much we need to get into. You know, uh, the Braves actually under in 9 of their last 10 coming in. That's kind of what we talked about yesterday as well. So Seattle under in 24 of the last 29. They've won 11 of 14, and the Braves have actually just one of 1-3 in their last 4 games. So I'll take Seattle run line. Here's JD on the over. Thomas says here, give me the under with the Braves. All right. Well, man, bummer days. You wonder with the injury woes that Mike Trout has incurred over the last 4 years, if maybe they wouldn't have happened if he was somewhere else. I know you can't really suppose, maybe his body is just, the way he trains. Maybe there's something there. Who knows? Maybe because of the fact that he's always in a mode. You know how when you don't play 100%, they always say, well, you could get hurt. And maybe Trout feels like he paces himself because he's like, well, it's not going to be this year. So I'll just go out there and be a professional, do the best I can. I'm not going to extend, I'm not going to. And he's hurt again now. And it's going to be, how long is this going to be? Is this going to be 3 months? So it's going to take I'll just take the over here. I think the Phillies will bash and mash and roll here in this one. Yeah, maybe the Angels offense. Look, they were able to manage 5 runs or get things rolling yesterday, actually offensively against the Phils in what turned out to be a high scoring game. And I'll take a high scoring game here and take the over. Wheeler's got great numbers, we know, but once they get into the bullpen, and shame on me, right? Because I said how bad the bullpens are. So once they get in the bullpens, the game will probably, there'll be some runs, and I just thought the starters will be better. And I think Wheeler can be fine. Sandoval's got a 6.33 ERA and 7.32 in his last 4 starts. He's gone over in 5 of 6. Phillies have been an under team. We know that thus far, but Wheeler 3-3. Even though the Phillies are, pretty much going on under at about a 2-1 pace, it feels like. So Phillies lead the major leagues in victories. They were the ones that won that famous race here to 20 wins this season and get there on the last day of the month. So Phillies here probably in a position to roll, but Angels showing some might. Here comes Fernando, Phillies first 5. Jeff. Lay it in the first half. Thomas on the Phillies. Everybody on the Phillies feels bad right now for the Angels. I know you could almost say you don't feel bad. Hey, they didn't get anything for, the Ohtani situation. So just whatever right now, the Angels. And I feel like I'm an Angels a little bit of an Angels fan from way back, a little bit. So, because that was what we got when I was a kid. You got to see a lot of Angel games on TV, even I was in San Diego. Okay, speaking of San Diego, that's called a transition. And here's the Reds coming in to take on my Padres. Hey, you guys teased me a little bit in the chat yesterday. Who was it? That I don't think it was Ramon. Don't root with your heart. I bet I'm not on the Padres a lot right now, and I came with them yesterday and they got it done. So I know when I'm on them. I know when I'm not. Stony Mob is here. Thank you, Stony. And so here with the I'm sorry, but you guys, there we go. I tried to be smooth on the transition. Didn't have the graphic ready. Fail. All right, Padres here against the Reds in this one with Ashcraft and Musgrove. I don't think the Musgrove. I've talked about how I thought maybe he's not going to be at his peak health right now to start off, or maybe he's reached his peak on the decline. This feels like a lineup that he might be able to do it against. Now, here's Brent on the Reds. Here's Luis on the Reds. Thomas goes over. Jeff says emphatically Padres today. I do feel like, man, Musgrove, yeah, he's got an ERA close to 7 right now. At home, he's always more comfortable. In the day games, he's always more comfortable. And I think this is a game that he can excel here against the Reds. I don't know if I'm ready to take the Padres, man. I mean, I watched. Hey, go watch Bo Dunn's video. Tony's got a video. I mean, look, and the Padres have struggled, no doubt. They did poorly against the Phillies. Had the Reds in the first one, but here in this one, I don't know if I'm even on the Padres, to be honest. I'm on an under here with Ashcraft and Musgrove. That's what it's going to be for me here on the show. Here's Fernando Reds and over. So, Fernando. Anyway, a little bit of over money coming in here. I think I have the line pretty much accurate. No, it's mostly 8 overs. So I think it's safe to call it 8.5 under 25. It's probably 8.5 under 30 right now, considering, but I'm willing to leave it up there. You can grade me at 8 under even money or minus 105, whatever. I like the under in this one. Darren's got a parlay, it feels like here. Okay. And now the Yankees. We're into the night card here now. Padre game is a day game out here on the West Coast, 4 o'clock Eastern. But here we are with Baltimore and the Yankees. And hey, Baltimore, what can you say? They've done the job, and they're in first place right now by a game over the Yankees in the American League. Well, 2 games in the loss column, but I mean, we're not uh, breaking it down too crazy here. Just 30 games into the season, but right now the Orioles in first, and they won yesterday again. Thomas is already on Baltimore here, and I'll take the under. Thomas can take Baltimore. I'm not sure. I think the Yankees are probably going to be pretty popular as an underdog here. Darren's on them and Luis is on them. The Orioles have won the first 2 games of the series and looked pretty good, quite frankly. And you've got to beat Corbin Burns here with a 2.55 ERA. Gill has an ERA of 4 so far. So the Yankees probably will have to, obviously as a dog, win as a, get an upset here. But I think there are I think that's why they're going to be popular to a certain extent. But man, Corbin Burns does feel like a pretty good matchup here. I'll just stick with the under and figure that Gill can have a decent outing here. He does have a 163 batting average against. I'm sorry, you guys. I'll give out the under. Let me just correct something here. I'm on the Yankees with Brent, Luis, and Darren. Like I said, based on the premise that they are an underdog here, I don't want to give out the same thing I gave out on Tony's show. I like to give out, if I can. Sometimes if I've got a premium, I got to give out the same play again because I try to keep it to what we have available here on Tony's picks. So I went with the under last night, but I'm going to take the Yankees here as an underdog. Hey, Corbin Burns, he's awesome. We know that. I always kind of like to take, contrarian underdogs against good teams in the division at when they're kind of, I don't know, jacked up price here a little bit. Corbin Burns, he's great, no doubt. But I'm going to take the Yankees with my guys here. I know we had Thomas on the O's, and you don't have to, Thomas. Look, if you take the O's, like I said, I think it's just a price play for me. I mean, if there were no price and they just said, "Hey, who's going to win this game?" I think the Orioles win, but $1.60 here against the Yankees team, still playing fine. This is the series where I have taken some lumps a little bit. I thought the Yankees, everyone said, you look at the 2 teams, the Orioles are playing better, looking better, the pitching looks better, the players look better, everything looks better about the Orioles. but they have kind of the same record all the way so far, and so you got to give it that little Yankee factor a little bit. Like, hey, we're usually complaining about the Yankees early on not getting off to good starts, and here they've actually gotten off to a decent start, and people are like ready to go against them a little bit. Hey, it's worked out so far. Orioles won the first two games in the series. All right, Rockies and Heat. Man, okay, Rockies and Marlins here. Maybe I was watching the basketball game last night. Maybe had too many brain cells go away over the years. All right, Hudson and Munoz. It does look like here. Yes, Hudson and Munoz gets the call here in this one with the Rockies and the Marlins. Uh, I would think the Marlins here. Look, I don't want to lay too heavy of a price, but I don't know if I'm going to look to the Rockies and Hudson on the road. Yeah, his ERA might be inflated here because of, uh, you know, pitching in Colorado, but he's still 6.57 ERA. Colorado just 1-4 with Hudson so far. For Munoz, this is just his second career start. Pitched 5 innings in his first major league start, gave up 2 runs. Miami did not win. The game went under. Rockies are just 7-22 right now, 2-14 on the road. The Marlins have been terrible at home. Don't know what I can do about this, but I'm going to take the Marlins today here at $1.40 or so. This total appears to be going up as well here. Maybe got a rookie pitcher here. You got Hudson who hasn't been doing well. Yeah, these offenses are pretty weak, but maybe there could be some more runs again. Remember, yesterday's game was bizarre. In fact, it was a record-setting game offensively when it was all said and done. What happened was, we know that Colorado came out and ended up scoring like 5 runs in the first inning. And I should have wrote this down because I'm really good with these things. But something like the Rockies, no team had ever scored 5 runs in the first inning, and then the other team come back and scored 5 runs in the ninth inning or something like that. Whatever the case may be, it ended up being 7-6. Miami wins in extra innings. So yeah, right. So yeah, I mean, and maybe get into the bullpens here, and we'll get some more runs. I don't think the Rockies bullpen is the worst. I mean, anytime they're not last in the league, that's usually okay with me. Like they might be doing something right. Okay, they're what, third from last? All right. Here we go. Yeah, Miami's been bottom 7 or 8 in the bullpen. Okay, I'm on Miami though to win here in that one. All right. Here's the Cubs taking on the Mets today with uh, Imanaga going for the Cubs. I talked about this game on the show with Tony last night, and I don't think that there's going to be very many to disagree with me as far as handicappers. Feels like, maybe they're on the Cubs here a little bit. Cubs doing well. Imanaga's got an ERA of like 1 right now. Buto's been interesting, 2.86 ERA so far. The metrics I don't think look that great for Buto, but New York has won 3 of his 4 games. The Mets though have lost 6 of their last 9. They have gone under in 6 of their last 8, but the Cubs have gone over in 4 of their last 6. I'm going to take the over in this one. I think the offense for the Cubs today against Buto, I'd actually like this matchup for them. I think the Cubs might be in pretty good position today here in this game. And I'm going to look for the over as my play, however, here on the show in this one. I mean, looking at this lineup coming in here. Let me see. I think I had it here. Yes. Oops. Maybe if I had my uh, props tracker on the right day, I would be able to have a smoother show and get the information that I want crisply, concisely, and tell you exactly who I like for the Cubs as the difference makers today on offense. Okay, because Imanaga's got some great numbers. I do think, I mean, if I went metrically, it doesn't look great actually, but I do like Cubs bats against Buto, Horner, Morel, and Swanson today here. Props over, by the way, if you're interested. Cubs for Luis, Cubs for Darren, Brent, the Cubs, 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 Cubs. Go, Cubs, go, go, Cubs, go. Hey, Chicago. Wait, where's doubles? I'm singing the song and okay, let's get it going here. Let's wrap up the show. Giants and Red Sox. Oh, what do I got here? Giants undecided. Is that still the case? Did I just forget to enter in the information? I think we knew what was going on for the Giants here in this one, but I don't know if it's actually listed yet. We are seeing the lines starting to come out here for the Giants in this one. Dalton Jeffries likely the starter here in this one because what this was going to be, if I'm not mistaken, was going to be the return here of my buddy Blake Snell, but he's going to need one. Going to need another stint on the mound in the minor leagues. So we've got Dalton Jeffries here. Let me update that. Pretty sure that'll be just kind of an opener here for the Giants, and maybe that'll help you. In this one, I don't even know if I'm that solid on it because of the situation, but I think I got to take Boston here. I saw a video from Bo, so check it out. I think he actually might have covered the situation with the pitching. I'm not sure. I'm going to go check it out as well. But I know he had a video on the game. I don't know what he took. So hopefully I'm right here. Bo with the Red Sox in this one. Like I said, Giants juggling their pitching around a little bit. I think we knew that it wasn't going to be there for Blake Snell just yet. Uh, for whatever reason, they've ended up with Ian Snell, I think, is what's going on. Blake hopefully gets worked out here with Blake coming back. I'm rooting for him a little bit. But I'll take Boston here in this one. And quite frankly, with a game here tonight, I might be on the, I'm going to look into it, but does feel like an under to me, actually, here. Let me go over a couple of numbers here with these two. Because now that I think about, like I said, I kind of caught me by surprise that I didn't have Jeffries typed in, and I was already kind of, you know, planning on the play that I have. Oh, I might not have my notes set up because of this. I apologize, you guys. Let me just take the Red Sox here. The pitching change kind of had me out of whack with my notes, but no doubt. Here, okay, let's see. There, thank goodness for Jeff. Oh, Bo picked the okay. If Bo picked the under, I might upgrade it to a. I don't know. I might upgrade to a premium now. I was already leaning under. This is knowing that it was going to be a Red Sox uh, 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 Giants bullpen game. Jeff, thank you for that. That's great. Man, Jeff, you're the mod. All right. Brent's on the Red Sox. Thomas, Red Sox here. You guys are Red Sox with me, it looks like. So I'm on the Red Sox. I'll take the Red Sox on the show, but I'll tell you what. Hi, Charles. Good to have you. If Bo gave his video out, I was already feeling like I might want to go premium. That's why I was kind of teetering on it. And the thing with my notes or whatever, with only 4 NBA games, I mean, I did grab a little bit of a snooze there in between seeing Tony last night and getting ready for the show. So I'm not saying I was underprepared. I feel really prepared for this game. I mean, like I said, under might be a premium for me. Watch out! Watch out! We might still add. I don't have any night games yet in the major league, so this was gonna be one of them. I'll go see what Bo had to say though too, because talk about insightful. And I like he's joining Tony now. He's doing a great job on those. Did a great job as well with Are you still on the OG Cap network? All right, here we go. Nationals and Rangers here in this one, and I'm gonna have to take another under here for me. Typical Ramon here in this one with the Nationals and the Rangers tonight. You got uh, Trevor Williams in here, 2.7 ERA so far. Haney, got to work on these numbers for sure. He's got 7 ERA, I think 6.26 ERA so far. He's gone over in all of his starts, but against Washington coming in here, who definitely I think are pretty live here in this game. They're playing well, and I think at the price, I think Capper is going to be a little bit interested here. I think in Washington here today. I know I might be as well. I don't know if I can get it together for a premium, but might be willing to take a little something here on the Nationals. Let me just take the under as my play here. Williams has looked pretty good. The Rangers have gone under in 5 of their last 7. They're not overwhelming anybody in the win department right now, and the Nationals have actually won 4 of their last 5. So just feel pretty positive right now about the way things are going for the Nationals, and so does Thomas Lewis, who likes them on the run line here. So does Jeff. Yeah, maybe that will be the way to go. Uh, I don't know if I'd do a premium on the run line. I feel like that might be a bit too high of a price to want to give out. And let me see what it is though. So I do like Washington here. I'm glad you guys are on it, and I'll take the under as my play. I think that's some good coverage for everybody. You guys kind of on Washington here. I feel like they might be a public dog, and those, I don't know. I'm kind of the market reader guy, and public dogs haven't been too bad this year. Really, I mean, they're you know, I don't really have a breakdown for it because it's tough. Because you look at the percentages and you don't know sometimes I try to stick with my line services that compile the books from multiple, so that's what makes me feel like it's a little bit more confident when I say public dog minus $1.30. Ooh, oh boy, we might, I don't know, we might get a premium out of that. I'm looking for some more action. All right. Luis is on the Nats here. Jeff gave me the price, and I was looking on my screen and could have just waited for Jeff. Brent's on the Nats. Hey, I might have to go premium and say the chat made me do it. Might be better right now. Okay. Guardians, I'm giving myself a hard time. I know I've had some bad beats. Okay, here we go. Guardians and Astros here. This one got wild again last night. You guys, and you want to think with Verlander here that maybe he's looked good. I know he's just coming back, but uh, McKenzie does have some pretty awkward numbers so far at 4.91, the ERA, and the question being, you know, are we seeing the real Astros? Will they come back? Remember, there are definitely some pitching injury situations here, and now you have Verlander. He's back here, right? So does feel like uh, part of the puzzle's kind of coming back together a little bit. I've got the over here after seeing what happened last night in the game. I'm going to take the over. I was actually wrote it down. I was contemplating between that and the side in this one because look, with Verlander back, I imagine that they should be able to win this game over the Guardians and McKenzie. No, the Guardians are coming in with a really strong record. They did a nice job in this game yesterday as well, and Guardians are 19-10. Houston's 10-19. Who'd have thunk it, right? But maybe the Astros are starting to get something together. You don't want to lay it right now. I mean, never make a premium out of it or anything like that. But I might be a sucker to play a big favorite for some, All right. Brent says Astros are scoring or take the 1.5. Brent's on the Guardians, whatever the case may be. Thomas is on the Guardians. And Fernando says Astros here. Just what it feels like the Astros, like they didn't cover the run line yesterday. We know that because it got to be a wild game, and it was, you know, 4-0, 5-5. It was just a crazy game yesterday and a crazy finish. So we'll see what happens here in this one today. But I'll just take the over here with these two. I'm sure Verlander will be strong, but right now we're not seeing, and I think this is one of the things right now about the Astros is we are not getting typical Astros bullpen. That's been a major problem. They've got an ERA of 4.9 right now. That's usually one of their strongest points. We know the Guardians have a great bullpen, and they are back in the lead right now as far as the best bullpen ERA wise in the major league. So, but McKenzie, a little bit of a liability starting here. If the Astros can get that offense going, Altuve's crushing still, no right? He's going to do it forever. But no, but not much else. Not much else. We did get a little bit of news here about. I think what they said. Let me see what it was here. Actually, with the oh God, you guys. Let's see here. Abreu. They gave him an assignment. An option, a spring training option assignment. Okay, we have to look into that a little bit more. That sounds. I actually saw that, and I actually, if you guys want to talk about it in the chat, let me know. I might have missed the news actually on Abreu yesterday. Maybe I don't think he's been designated. I think he's been optioned here. Maybe it's a rehab, optional rehab. Okay, here we go. Dodgers taking on the Diamondbacks here in this one. I talked about this one with Tony last night, talking about this game with Yamamoto and how good he's been, and Montgomery. I already talked about at the beginning of the show. Montgomery is the starter. Tony had to cut into my segment as I didn't know that Montgomery was scratched. Makes perfect sense now. Push Gallen back. I said, Tony, if I had Montgomery and I had Gallen, I would still go with Gallen. But you know what? You're right. You can't mess with the rotation here early on, especially because Gallen, I think, would be pushing back, right? I think the uh, Diamondbacks are off tomorrow, so that would really be awkward. So you've got to stick with Montgomery and push Gallen back an extra day. That's just the way that goes. Maybe it could have been actually different the other way around, maybe, because you could say, hey, you threw your bullpen, right? A lot of guys throw a bullpen day off game there. So, anyways, yesterday's game ended very, very late following a delay for B removal. So, if you missed yesterday's action with the game, Arizona ended up getting the win 4-3 in a bullpen game in that one. So I talked about this one. I said with Tony here earlier, and I'll just probably take man, let me see what you guys have to say in this one. Actually, Luis is on the D-backs, Brent's on the Dodgers, Thomas is on the Dodgers on the run line. Wow. Okay, laying 1.5 here. Okay, I'm going to take the Dodgers on the money line here as my play on the show with Yamamoto. 3.91 ERA so far this season, and we'll see how it affects Jordan Montgomery. I talked with Tony about it, just I was trying to get the scoop on what was going on. He read to me the rotation, and I did stick with the under on the show. Some reported steam did come in on the under after that. And hey, if I wanted to switch, I'd tell you right now. But I told Tony I was willing to stick with it. I did want to see what the pitching plans were with Montgomery here. 3 point. Let's see, decent numbers. We know Montgomery coming in here right now with a 2.05 ERA, I believe, is what it is, 2.08, something like that. I'm trying to remember actually from yesterday's show. I had all my notes penciled in for Gallen. Quite frankly, that's how prepared I am, way ahead. Ray says go under here in this one. So I'll take the Dodgers here with Yamamoto on the road. Look, Yamamoto, maybe he hasn't lived up to expectations yet here thus far. Price here currently at $1. $1.48 at South Point. Looks like the Dodgers are taking money. I haven't seen any reported steam, and I don't know if it's moving right now, but it sure feels like the Dodgers are on the move here a little bit. All right, you guys, I think that's it for the show. Thank you guys so much for joining me here. We'll be back tomorrow with more morning steam. It's a light baseball card tomorrow, just 6 games. So, we'll have a pretty easy show. So join me then here at Tony'sPicks.com. Please check out our other videos here on the channel from our crew. Tony's hitting you up as well. Don't forget the drive-through, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. I'll probably be in the chat. I'll try to get in there if I can today. Might be a light enough schedule for me to do so. Hey, head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Use promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20%. My premium pick packages. What do I got? Oh, right there. Wednesday, 7-pack. Get my 4 playoff games. I'm not stopping firing here despite some of the beats, some of the ups and downs that I've had here in the postseason. Usually crush it pretty good. But also 3 baseball games. I've done pretty well in baseball, trying to bounce back from yesterday, however. All right. Check me out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off of that right there. That's $25 for 7 games, and you use that promo code. It's even less. Even I can figure it out. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everyone in the chat, from Thomas and Ray and Lewis and Brent, Fernando, Luis, from Charles, from Jeff, from Ray. Thank you guys so much, all of you, for joining me today. Dre, also, Joe Thompson, of course, my man. Thanks for all of your encouraging words. Darren as well. D-Money was here. Hey, you know who else was here today? Joseph Carranza. Chad was here, of course, helping us out, helping me out. Curtis opened the doors. Jerry Norris was here as well. JD. Thanks, everybody. Catch you tomorrow. More morning steam here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. For Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott.
Can it be showing up with Tony T? Yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, befuddling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing now. It's plain to see. The morning scheme is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.